Hello. My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we were talking to people. We spoke with Colin, we spoke with Sarah, and yeah, I think we're gonna have a bit more of a chat with our new elven friend here.
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
That is... Sarah does have some good lines. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact. I'm like, indeed. Fact. Yeah, you don't fit the Inquisition. You can kick Sarah out at any time. And I wish I would take this sometimes. But I don't, because I'm a completionist. Oh, it hurts my heart. Tell me about your background. Tell me about your friends. Any opinions on our allies? Thoughts on the Inquisition? Here's the thing. I'm inclined to hold off on this until I actually have all of the allies. So, thoughts on the Inquisition, I guess.
Is the Inquisition what you thought it would be?
Calling an Inquisition is a bit much, isn't it? Does Slot even know what they're chasing? Fair question for me as well, I suppose. Everybody following a rumour. At least I'm used to that.
Yeah, tell me about your background.
Tell me about yourself.
What about me?
Okay, who trained you? Where are you from? It's nice knowing other elves. Goodbye. I don't know if Aenor would go with this. Because, again, Aenor doesn't really consider herself to be an elf. She considers herself to be a person who happens to be elven. She's very proud of her elven heritage and all of that, her culture. But she's more than her ears. She's Aenor. She cares. She wants to help people. I think she's a little bit quiet. She's a little bit awkward. She likes her friends. She enjoys hunting. I think that she is so much more than her race. And I don't know if she... I don't know. Who trained you, first and foremost?
You're skilled. Who taught you how to use a bow?
No one.
That seems unlikely.
What? I picked it up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense. It's not like that for you.
Not typically, only when I'm boasting. Are you serious? Yeah, no. Aenor had to train to get good with a greatsword.
Usually it takes considerable discipline. Hence my question.
Hence? Look, I work at it. Practice a little. Not like Cullen and his pets. I mean, you miss, then you don't. Is it that hard to see when it's wrong?
Well, it's not like that for other elves, I know that.
Most I know couldn't find an arrow sitting on it. Right. Maybe I just make it look easy in shite company. Fact still is, no teacher. Where would I find one in alleyways anyway?
This is... So that there is a theory about Sarah that she is the, she's a vessel for Andruil, the elven god of, oh my god. She's the goddess of the hunt, effectively. There are a couple of reasons. One, the fact that, like, I wasn't trained how to use a bow and arrow, but she's really good at it. Her tarot card, also, at a certain point, I can't remember if it's, like, if you romance her or if you get to be really good friends with her, but her tarot card looks a lot like Andruil's Valisleen and all of that. There's also the fact that her greatest fear is nothing. Literally nothing. That is her greatest fear. And there is a story about Andruil effectively going into the void and making armor of it and then becoming nothing. Something like that. And there's a lot of evidence for it. There's also some banter where Sarah... Basically, Solus is like, when you look up at the breach, what do you see, Sarah? And she's like, well, I see the sky and then a green bit and all of that. And Solus says, And when you look past it, as maybe you are wont to do, what do you feel then? And she says that it feels like falling. And I can't remember the full banter. It's very interesting. And then she's like, oh, this makes my head hurt. You make my head hurt. Fuck off. I understand why people think she's the vessel for Andruil. I disagree with it, though. That is... One, I don't think it's correct. Two, I hope it's not correct. I would be very disappointed if that theory did turn out to be true. I'm not like, oh, if you believe this, you're stupid. Duh, duh, duh. Like, no, it's a theory. Everyone is inclined to have their own theories. You know, it's, let's not be dicks. But I can admit, I would be very disappointed if she were a vessel for Andruil. And here's the thing about Solus. Because, like, I have seen that, like, but the Solus banter. Here's the thing. That could be less that Sarah is a vessel for Andruil, and more that that is just something Solus can do to elves. We never see Solus interacting with other elves, and obviously they're not going to have that type of banter for the Inquisitor, because they don't know what race the Inquisitor is going to be. And also, I don't think Solus would, I don't think he'd try anything with the leader of the Inquisition. However, I just find it very interesting that in one of the epilogue slides, it mentions that, like, oh, all of these elves are going to do stuff. I'm trying to be vague here. All of these elves are going to do stuff, and I wonder if it's because Solus opened their eyes. Solus was trying to open Sarah's eyes. It's not that Sarah is a vessel of Andruil, it's that Solus is kind of, I guess, dredging up parts of their elvenness, I guess, that have been dormant for years. But he's like, no, I'm gonna awaken that. I'm gonna clue you into the fact that you should be more. And it's in your DNA. It's in there. Join with me. Join with me. Make things right. That's what I think was going on in the Solus and Sarah banter. I think it's less to do with Sarah and more to do with Solus. And yeah, whereabouts are you from?
How about the basics? Where are you from?
Ferelden?
I got that from the accent. Where in Ferelden?
All over? Okay, fine. Denerim for a bit. South, north, wherever I want.
No ties worth mentioning. I can make evasive jokes too. Don't keep secrets. Again, Sarah's very jokey, and I think Aenor wants to get to know this girl. She wants to get to know what she's about, just to see if she can trust her effectively. So let's match her tone.
Oh, you're from wherever. I'm from North wherever.
What?
North wherever. Oh, we had fun on street and or in local tavern.
Oh, hardy ha. Oh, funny you. It's complicated. I don't like complicated. Let's leave it at that. Maybe.
That is pretty funny. I will say I have a theory about Sarah, because I think we've met Sarah before, and I don't mean in the Red Jenny quest. You know, when you hand in the painted box to that, like, there's a door with like an opening and you put the box through and you hear a child laughing, and that's highly indicated to be Sarah. I'm not talking about then. I think we meet Sarah in the alienage, because there is a young girl in the alienage missing her mother with blonde hair and I believe blue eyes, like Sarah has, who mentions, oh, where's mother? And we meet her mother in the Coosland opening. I think Sarah is Amathine, or whatever that kid's name was. The elven maid, Iona, mentions that she has a daughter in the alienage called, it's either Amathine or something very similar. And then, you know, obviously Iona dies in the attack on Castle Coosland, and then you go to the alienage later on, and you can see that Amathine is still there wondering where her mother is, why her mother hasn't written to her. And here's the thing, Amathine would be around 8 years old in Origins. It's been 10 years since then, putting her at around Sarah's age. And here's the thing, it's... 1, Amathine was blonde. Sarah is blonde. 2, Sarah has blue eyes. And Iona makes it... She literally says this line about, like, oh, Amathine has my eyes. It's very specific. So yeah, that's what I think. I think that Sarah could be Amathine all grown up. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this because I don't think it's anything Aenor would say, because she doesn't like it when people are like, oh, you're an elf, you're gonna act like this. And she's like, you don't know me. Why are you making assumptions about me, either based on my tattoos or based on my ears? I can't see her doing that to Sarah. Because some elves are dicks. Like, just because they're a fellow elf. Like, here's the thing. Aenor wants to protect her fellow elves, but she's not going to make assessments on their personality. Like, she wants to protect all elves, but there are some elves who are dicks, because elves are people, you know? So I really can't see her saying that.
We'll talk later.
If you say so.
I think what I might do is I might go and check, you know, on YouTube how that comes out, because if it is very much like, you know, like, oh, elves are great, we're so much better than humans, then Aenor wouldn't say that. However, if it's something that I could see Aenor saying, then I may come back and, you know, say that to her. Yeah, that's everything with Sarah for now. I think that's good. Now then, let's see. Yes, we have the main mission in the Chantry, but no. Solus is over here. We should speak to him. You doing all right, chicken?
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You think it survived? Yeah, that is very interesting.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
I mean, that's fair. It's better to be cautious. I agree, it'll turn up. It's not a priority. No, again, if he thinks it survived, then potentially someone is walking around with a bomb that will keep blowing up. Like, if it doesn't get used up, then someone has an infinite supply of bombs. Like that, it needs to be sought out.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
Tell me about elves, tell me about the Fade, tell me about yourself. Well, Aenor, she wasn't really inclined. Here's the thing, tell me about elves, which is... You're Dalish, what do you mean? You are an elf, what do you mean tell me about elves? Then again, Solus has probably travelled much farther than Aenor ever has. Really, her only experiences with, you know, the alienage in Wycombe, her own clan, the other clan she met at the, you know, the 10-year gathering. She has been in the alienages of other cities, but she's not experienced them. There is a difference between going in, selling a few things, bartering a little bit, and leaving, and spending a great amount of time there. The only alienage she's really done that with is Wycombe. That's the only one where she's like, yeah, I know the people, I know what this place is like, blah, blah, blah. So I guess maybe she's, you know, thinking, you've clearly travelled more than me. Maybe you can tell me about elves from different places. I will say there's a difference between tell me about elves and it's nice knowing other elves. I feel a lot more comfortable with this than with the option for Sarah, if that makes sense.
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on elven culture.
I thought you would be more interested in sharing your opinions of elven culture. You are Dalish, are you not?
Proudly, why are you so angry? I'm a true elf. Oh dear. Oh, I don't know here. Not this one. Absolutely not this one, because that implies that there are untrue elves. And that's bullshit. There are just elves. Full stop. Get rid of this. Get rid of this word. Proudly, why are you so angry? I don't know. I really don't know here. She is proud of her Dalish heritage. However, she's not the type of person to be like, I am Dalish. I am proud of being Dalish. Being Dalish is awesome. But like, that's not... She's not boastful about it. She's proud in a kind of... in a very quiet way, I guess. She's not... She doesn't believe that being Dalish is better than any other way of living. Like, I think it's less that she's proud that, like, I am Dalish, and more that she's proud that, like, I grew up in the wilderness. I know how to survive. Like, where other people will be like, oh, I'm trapped in a forest, what do I do? She's like, no, we find a river. Go downstream, you're more likely to find settlements downstream. I know which berries are poisonous and which are safe. I know how to filter water, like, that kind of thing. She's proud in that regard. It's not that she's proud that, like, oh, I'm Dalish and Dalish are the best. Why are you so angry? He did jump from, like, 0 to 100 very quick. Ooh. I don't know. Ah! Oh, God. I wish I had transcripts of what these were. That would make me feel better. Even without the tone, just knowing what these said would make me feel so much better. Because here's the thing. Why are you so angry could be like, oh, why are you being such a bitch about this? Because here's the thing, I remember I am a true elf. That's, I am one of the people who would not bow down or submit to humans and their slavery. Like, that's what that is. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, that isn't too bad. But again, it's so angry. Why would she get angry at this? It just doesn't sit right with me. Oh, God, no. I might reload this. I'm gonna be brutally honest. I might reload this. If it comes out and it's not what she would say, then I think I will. Oh, God. Again, I'm disinclined to go with this one because I don't... She's quietly proud, and it's not... She's not proud specifically because she's Dalish. She's proud of her culture, she's proud of her heritage, but she's not boastful. She's not the type of person to shove that down someone's throat. I guess that...
What's your problem with the Dalish? Allergic to Halla?
They are children acting out stories misheard and repeated wrongly 1,000 times.
Oh, but you know the truth, right?
While they pass on stories, mangling details, I walk the fade. I have seen things they have not.
I'm alright with that. I'm alright with that. You know, just making a little joke like, oh, why... Like, it wasn't like, oh, fuck you, why are you so pissed? It was a, you know, like, oh, are you allergic to Halla or something? I'm good with that. I'm good with that. We are trying, accept that. So teach other elves, so help them. While they pass on stories, mangling details, I walk the fade. I have seen things they have not. That is fair. I think, as I said before, Aenor, she doesn't understand magic. She doesn't understand the fade, but she knows that, you know, you can see the past and things like that. And I think she doesn't really know Solus, but kind of everything he said, he clearly seems to be very scholarly. He seems to be quite confident in the things he's saying. He seems wise, almost. And I think Aenor, she would be inclined to believe, okay, you've clearly seen things that I have not. You probably know a great deal more than I do. Do you know more than the Keeper? I don't know. I really don't know you that well. I'd need to, you know, talk to you more to establish that. But you almost certainly know more than me. While they pass on stories, mangling details. That's the thing that gets me. They're trying. They are trying. They're doing what they can.
Irabellis, Haren. If the Dalish have done you a disservice, I would make that right. What course would you set for them that is better than what they know now?
You are right, of course. The fault is mine, for expecting what the Dalish could never truly accomplish. Irabelas, darling. If I can offer any understanding, you have but to ask.
I like that. I like that. That reminded me of the conversation in the beginning where Solus was like, you're a very long way from your clan, like, what's going on with that? And Aenor basically said, like, we're both elves, like, what? Like, they're your people too, Solus. I think Aenor is definitely getting the impression that, like, the Dalish kind of fucked with this guy a little bit, that he had some very negative interactions. And I think she's kind of more inclined to be like, I'm going to try and be understanding. Like, as she said, if the Dalish have done you a disservice, I'd like to try and rectify that because we're not all the same. You know, I don't want you to have a bad view of the Dalish because you met some arseholes. We're not all like that. Okay, so tell me about elven magic. Tell me about the ancient elves. Tell me more of the Dalish. Tell me about the city elves. Well, if he's saying that he's seen the ancient elves in the Fade, then that'd be pretty interesting. Here's the thing, Aenor really wouldn't know much about these guys. You know, she's no mage. I can't imagine, you know, the Keeper will tell the clan, you know, of like the old ways and all of that, but you know, there's stories that get passed on and on and on and on. Things will change. There will be kind of deviations in the telling. So I think, you know, hearing from someone who said, you know, oh, I saw the ancient elves in the Fade, that would be very interesting.
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Shiral. But Hallam Shiral was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvanan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
What else?
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish aeravels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
That does sound incredibly beautiful. Tell me more of the Dalish. Again, this sounds very odd considering she is Dalish. However, she will have only interacted with so many clans. The 10-year gathering, I mean, she'll have experienced 3 of those in her lifetime. She's 30-something. But again, they never really specify this. Is it that all of the clans are heading to this one location? Because that seems incredibly dangerous to me. Also, how would clans in, I don't know, dicking about on the edge of Tevinter make their way to Ferelden? Or, you know, to Navarra, like, to the opposite end of the map? Like, I feel like it's much more likely that clans in Ferelden will meet up in the Brazilian Forest, and clans in the Free Marches will meet up in this place, and clans in Olay will meet up in the Dales, and blah blah blah. I feel like that's far more likely than every clan on Thedas heads to this one location. Also, that would be incredibly dangerous. The reason the Dalish move about and are nomadic is so that they present as a moving target. It would be really weird for every clan to gather in one location where humans could just be like, right, we're getting ready to kill these guys. They're all here. We can have a mass genocide. Like, that seems odd. So yeah, I guess she wants to know more about clans that, you know, have ways that are completely foreign to her clan.
Are all Dalish elves like my clan?
No. Your clan was unique in having enough interest in human affairs to send you to spy upon the Divine's meeting. As your clans have been separate for so long, They have all changed, adapting to the lands in which they live. Some are no more than bandits. Others trade freely with humans. And some have disappeared entirely into the forests.
And tell me about the city elves. As I said before, Aenor, she's really only familiar with the alienage in Wycombe. That's the one she knows best.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
And tell me about elven magic, a topic that Aenor really doesn't understand.
Is elven magic different from the magic used by humans?
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition, much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
Was that immortality due to magic?
The legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
And yeah, you said something about blood magic?
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Tevinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
Blood magic is evil. I don't mind blood magic. No, it's... Like he said, it's magic. It is no more evil than casting a fireball down on someone's head. And here's the thing, surely there must be ways of using blood magic to help people. If blood magic is, you know, the manipulation of blood controlling someone's body, could you therefore not use blood magic to purge an infection from someone? Could you not use blood magic to stabilize until an actual healer gets there? Like, I don't think, like, it's all in how you're using it. If you're using magic to cause the land to become blighted and rain fire down on your neighbors, like, that doesn't make the magic any more or less evil. It makes the person using it evil.
To be honest, I don't see it as different from any other magic. It's a means to an end.
Indeed. The problem is that under the Chantry, blood magic is forbidden, so only criminals practice it. While in Tevinter, magisters compete with each other instead of keeping their volatile friends in check. They always succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Indeed, Solus. There we go. Now then, Part of me's like, I could go talk with Liliana, or I could trigger a cutscene, which means I wouldn't have to come into the game later using Flycam to get a screenshot for today's thumbnail. Fuck it, I'ma be lazy. I'm stressed enough as it is. I want easy thumbnails, please.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in a city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
Going was worth the risk. At least we made contact. The Chantries dealt with it. Here's the thing. Aenor was... This would make sense if Aenor had been really supportive of going. However, Aenor was very much like I think I'm gonna make this worse. Like, I'm not a diplomat. Like, I'm liable to put my foot in my mouth. Again, she looks so beautiful. Yeah, Aenor didn't think that going was worth the risk because she was like, there's a pretty good chance I'm gonna fuck things up royally. And things did get fucked up royally, although not by Aenor. Yeah, I think I think she's thinking, like, you know, I can breathe a sigh of relief. I don't have to do that again. At least we've made contact with everyone.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
We should meet the mages. We should find the Templars. You must choose soon. Ooh. It's between, you know, saying, oh, let's go meet the mages, or you must choose soon. Oh. I'm drawn to this one. Here's the thing, Aenor still really views herself as like, I'm just here because of my hand. I'm not in charge here. I'm not leading this thing. Like, I kind of have an integral part for now. I seem to be making a lot of decisions. But Aenor is kind of thinking that's just until the Inquisition gets an actual Inquisitor, or you find someone more qualified. Like, hell, there could be another person out there with a weird hand that can close the rifts. Like, Aenor may not be the only one, for all they know. In which case, if they're more qualified, then Aenor would happily be like, okay, you can lead. Like, I'm not really qualified for this. This isn't my jam. I do think she'd kind of be like, you have to choose soon. Like, I don't think she'd be expecting to make that decision.
Or you could stop bickering and make a decision.
I agree.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
I did not expect that. I'm guessing maybe Aenor has a headache. I did not expect that. Okay. Okay, you think it's a trap. There's always danger. They could be useful. Yeah, you seem to think that this is a trap?
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options. There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
Oh. That would be extremely worrisome to Aenor. The Grey Wardens have disappeared. Like, I think she would be like, they can't be involved. Like, they're heroes. Like, that's not right. However, the fact that they've all disappeared, here's the thing. Who is Aenor to say that Liliana is grasping at straws? Liliana is the spy master. Liliana has way more information than Aenor has. I'm gonna go with it sounds suspicious, but from Aenor's perspective, it's not that like, oh, clearly the Grey Wardens are involved, and it's more like, oh shit, what if they're in trouble too? Like, you know, we've got the hole in the sky. Like, what? Oh god, the Grey Wardens have always been these kind of very heroic figures. Like, maybe someone took them out so that, you know, people would be demoralized. Like, that's where Aenor is coming from with this.
That does sound odd. I agree.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, again, Aenor, like I said, I know it's odd, but like in a worrisome, like, oh god, what if they're being used? Like, what if they're in trouble? What if they're in danger? Blah blah blah. Very much that's what Aenor is thinking. Was there anything else? I'm also inclined to leave the like stop bickering thing, because again, I can't see Aenor trying to push like, oh, we should meet the mages, because she does like she has no authority here. She's just helping these guys out. She's no one. She isn't the Inquisitor. They're calling her the Herald of Andraste, but she's not in charge of this organization. So yeah, I'm gonna say that like Aenor had a headache. She had a migraine. She snapped internally. She was like, oh shit, I didn't mean to say it like that, but fuck it. Yeah, that's what I'm going with there. Alrighty then. In the next episode, again, more talking, more exploring of Haven. We have, I believe Vivienne should be knocking about somewhere over there. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.